Upkeep for Monday, February 6th, 2023.
That's right. It's all of the Magic news you need in 10 minutes or less.
And the big news this week, of course, is Phyrexia Owl Be One releases officially this Friday.
Yeah, and it's going to be on Arena and Magic Online starting tomorrow, the 7th.
Very excited to play this online.
So am I. Kicking off the fun is the Festival Completely Outmatched, which runs the 7th through the 13th. It's Historic Brawl Precons.
Ooh.
You can win borderless Planeswalker manga styles. There's 10 of them in all, and they look super cool.
They're absolutely stunning. This event costs 5,000 gold or 1,000 gems to enter, and it's just one of a bunch of festivals Arena is running to celebrate Phyrexia All Be One. So more festivals will run the 13th through the 28th this month. Keep it tuned here to the Upkeep to find out more about those.
Remember, there's the qualifier play-ins this month that are Phyrexia All Will Be One sealed, which is so exciting. There's the best of one version the weekend of the 18th, followed by the best of three version on Friday the 24th.
Yeah, and if you want to know what we built for the pre-release this past weekend, we went to our LGS and had a ton of fun. Tune in to Good Luck High Five this week to find out what we played and how our decks did and whether they were good or whether they were trash.
Spoiler alert. It's definitely one or the other of those.
That is very true.
Next up, there's been a Secret Lair mistake, is something you could call it. In the Snakes drop, the Stone Coil Serpent had a little goblin man with his little goblin junk on display.
This is the best news story of 2023. Calling it right now.
I'm going to say it's the best news story we've ever reported on the Upkeep.
It's so true.
So they have taken that little piece of the art out of that Stone Coil
Specifically
Serpent.
the goblin, not just his piece.
No, just the goblin.
Just
the whole goblin
is gone. Been erased from time and history on Stone Coil Serpent, which this art is awesome.
It is really cool art.
Which is kind of sad to see the
less
goblin
racy now.
Gone. Yeah, less racy. So Magic's Secret Lair tweeted out an official statement saying the initial image for Stone Coil Serpent in the Snakes drop had an error that is not reflective of the final product.
An error. What a fun way to say that.
This has been updated on our website to correct this. Customers who purchase a drop will be notified directly as well. Because if you specifically purchase
that's why you bought it. Maybe it's why you bought it. We don't know.
Refund me. Don't want it now. Anyway, I would say the art is less exciting without our goblin friend.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, but you know what? Still a cool piece of art.
It is what it is. Next up, there have been booster pack changes to March of the Machine and March of the Machine Aftermath. According to the WPN site for retailers, the March of the Machine draft boosters, which release April 21st, will have a special edition, a possibility of an extra rare or mythic.
What?
Everything else remains the same.
I know people spotted this when they were looking at the WPN website. 1 to 2 rares or mythics.
Wow.
That's pretty cool, which means
pretty exciting.
A huge change potentially even for limited, you know what I mean, moving forward. So
as a mini set being released on May 12th, 2023, a few weeks after the release of March of the Machine, we have March of the Machine, the Aftermath, with a new booster type, Epilogue boosters.
Yes. Now here's a possible spoiler warning, everybody, because the description of these boosters has a little bit of spicy information. So turn off your ears for the next 30 seconds if you don't want to hear this. But according to the WPN website, what's in these Epilogue booster is they are a quote lore-packed epilogue booster to witness the conclusion of the March of the Machine storyline. There's 5 cards in these boosters, so very small. 1 to 3 cards of rarity rare or higher, and 2 to 4 uncommon cards in every pack. It says rebuild the multiverse while building up your collection.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Wow.
That sounds like a potentially huge clue as to what's going to happen to, quote, change Magic forever with the release of March of the Machine.
Who knows?
Oh no, I'm so spooked.
Next up, MagicCon Philly is somehow already next week.
What?
This is the first Paper Pro Tour since Mythic Championship 6 in Richmond in November of 2019.
That is unreal.
Otherwise known as PT Oko.
Yes. Which was won by Andre Strosky, if you remember that. So back to paper for the first time since November of 2019.
Yep, you can watch coverage on that starting not this Friday, but next Friday over over on twitch.tv/magic. There's also, of course, the MagicCon that's happening at the same time with lots of PTQs and tons of events, command zone play, cosplay contests, tons of really cool stuff.
Yeah, so if you're there, see you there in Philly next week, everybody. Some news now, if you are what we call a whale in Magic the Gathering, Beetle and Grimm's, that makes kind of cool ancillary products for a lot of games, is making one for Phyrexia All Will Be One. And what you can get, you might have seen this floating around Twitter and been like, what am I looking at? A Phyrexian-themed artifact deck box, which is pretty cool. It looks like skin and bone and has the Phyrexian symbol on top.
It's pretty spooky.
Very spooky. You get that. You get some life counters, which also look like they're made out of bone, some sleeves, a foil Phyrexian language mental misstep, but this is the coolest thing to me, a Phyrexian language translation journal with 44 pages of in-world story and Phyrexian language details.
Very cool. The pre-order for that starts February 18th and costs $135.
Next up, Phyrexia All Will Be One Jumpstart booster themes and card lists have been announced.
So these Jumpstart boosters arrive on February 10th. There's 10 color-based themes with 2 versions of each color. The white one is Mighty, is what they call it.
That's cute.
Blue is about progress, black is corruption, red is rebellious, and green is toxic.
Each booster has 20 cards. You get 1 Jumpstart designed rare, 1 regular on-color rare or mythic, 1 common or uncommon with the Ichor treatment. That's kind of cool to include in here. And 2 foil lands and 5 non-foil lands.
Yep, over on the website, you can see all of the 5 different rares for each of the colors. For example, there's Might Overseer. This is the white rare that's specifically designed for the Jumpstart boosters.
That's cool.
It's 3 and a white for a 4/2 Phyrexian soldier with first strike. As long as it's your turn, creature tokens you control get +1/+0 and have first strike. Pretty powerful in a Mites deck. And 3 and a Phyrexian white create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature token with toxic 1, and this creature can't block.
Wow.
They also have examples of some of the Ichor treated cards that are in these colors. Bladed Ambassador, for instance, 1 and a white for a 3/1 Phyrexian soldier. It enters the battlefield with an oil counter on it. 1 and remove an oil counter. It gains indestructible until end of turn.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Yeah, it looks really great. So Jumpstart is always a really cool way to experience the set. You just crack 2 20-card boosters, shuffle them together for a 40-card deck, and play. And it means that you can play the new set while also having a beginner-friendly experience if you know people who are fresh to Magic or maybe don't have a huge collection built up. Jumpstart is a super fun way to play.
Yeah, we're big fans of Jumpstart here in the Good Luck High Five house. Well, everybody, that's all of the magical news you need for this week. Like we said, we've got a wrap up of the pre-release on Good Luck High Five this week. Judge Drop's coming back to say hi to us again, which will be pretty fun. You can support all of our content over on Patreon. We'd love it if you joined our family. It's patreon.com/GLHFmagic.
Wow, remember on this episode when I said goblin junk?
How could I forget?
What a memory.